And then, yeah, bro. Well, I'm just ready to get into it. Talk about change.
All right.
Chase.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to snake it.
Okay. So, I want to tackle change around you, and I'll also talk about one verse. It's going to be all in 2 Corinthians. I love this book. I know, Paxton, you're going to talk about some more internal stuff, right?
Yeah, like how do we change?
Yeah, but I want to start with 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 5 through 7. I have to get there too because I wasn't in Psalms. And it's talking about being distressed. So 1 verses 5 through 7, I'll read it aloud. For just as we share abundantly in the sufferings of Christ, so also our comfort abounds through Christ. If we are distressed, it is for your comfort and salvation. If we are comforted, it is for your comfort, which produces in you patient endurance of all the same sufferings we suffer. And our hope for you is firm, because we know that just as you share in our sufferings, so also you share in our comfort. So I think it's so easy when you're going through trials and when you're going through problems, and I'll talk about trials later with another verse from 2 Corinthians. It's so easy to think like, wow, where is God in this? Like, I'm going through so much hurt. How could this possibly be God-given? Like, for instance, like when you guys know my dad had a heart attack, it was so hard for me to see through this. Like, how can this possibly be from God? And how is this like not just an attack from the enemy? But this talks about how if you are distressed, it is for your comfort and salvation. So kind of what you talked about earlier, like it's so easy to think about everything as like, there's no way that God intended this for me. There's no way that this was supposed to happen to me. Like me. Because, I mean, you're in your own body. Everything seems, from a worldly perspective, to revolve around your life. Like, that's how people look at it. Like, this affects me negatively, so I won't do it. But this is talking about how if you're distressed, it is for your comfort and salvation, and that's referring to Christ. So, like, when you're in troubles, it is for God's glory. And when you're going through these hard things, it is for God's comfort and for God's glory. Because it's not really about us at all. Like, I don't need to be here right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when the saying of trials turn into testimony is so easy to just say. It's so easy, like, I hope that this trial turns into a testimony for you, or God, show yourself through this trial. But God's not showing himself through the trial. The trial is, in essence, God-given because it glorifies God. Like, you can always find God in everything. It's not an instance, there's never a moment where it's like, there's no way that this is from God, this has to be from the enemy. Because while something could be affecting you that was given to you and presented to you through temptation from the enemy, even in that struggle, it's glorifying God. Like, so yeah, that's 2 Corinthians verses 1, chapter 1, 5 through 7.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, yeah, go for it.
I'd say on that, it doesn't necessarily, like, there's like a little bit of a balance, like seeing the problem as, yeah, it's still like a problem and acknowledging that. Like, it's not a good thing, but it doesn't mean that God isn't working through it. It doesn't mean that God isn't, like, in the book of Job, God literally like had a conversation with Satan, and Satan was asking if he could like just ruin Job's life and do all these things to Job on earth. And God allowed Satan to do that because God knew that Job was his, and then that Job's heart was for God. And so he allowed Satan to just literally like kill all of Job's family, take all of his property. It was crazy. Go read the book of Job. Also, like, do some research around the book of Job because it can be misunderstood. But the Bible Recap has a really good conversation and discussion about each chapter of the book of Job. That's just a recommendation. But basically, like, that was a really bad thing. Like, the fact that Job's family all died isn't a good thing.
That's not good.
That's not a good thing.
I mean, he had like 500 sheep or something.
He had
like 700 animals combined.
So all dead, bro.
All
a temple
done, bro.
or a house collapsed on his family.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, wait, what were you gonna say first?
His wife was like the only person that he had left, and then his wife like turned on him. His wife thought that he was like sinning, and that's why all this stuff was happening. But it literally was just Satan.
Bro, that's the last. No, like
That's the last straw, bro.
Like God didn't even need to kill his wife, bro. Like it's even worse your wife turning on you. Like that's worse.
Yeah. And dude, and the crazy thing is, like, and that ties back to directly what I was saying. Even in that suffering, God allowed it, and since God is all-knowing, He knew that the book of Job would be written, and He knew that we'd be talking about it right now. Because even in that suffering, it was for the glory of God, and it showed God, like that, isn't that nuts?
No, that's crazy.
Even like in that time of Job, He knew that we would be yapping it up about it. Yeah, He knew that we'd be chittering and chatting.
For God to be all-knowing means He knows like a lot of things.
Well, yeah,
He knows like this much. Like this much.
He knows like this much, but take away my hand.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
I like there's a verse in here that you shared, 2 Corinthians 1 verse 6. If we are distressed, it is for your comfort and salvation.
Yeah.
Semicolon, if we are comforted, it is for your comfort.
Yeah.
And so the semicolon is used in place of a conjunction. So it could be read as, if we are distressed, it is for your comfort and salvation, and if we are comforted. Or the semicolon can be read as, or if we are comforted, it is for your comfort. Both cases, Paul says that it's for our comfort.
Yeah.
Which is like, obviously that's a bad thing. And what happened to Job was bad. At the end of the book of Job, after Job has a conversation with God, and he just realizes God's absolute sovereignty.
Bro, have y'all seen that edit?
It's so good, yeah.
Gosh, he's like on his knees,
I've
like,
not seen
God, why have you done this to me?
God literally
it's just
says,
like a boom.
Yeah, he literally says to Job, like, were you there when I laid the foundation of the earth? Like, ooh.
Come on, brother.
And so
It's a
after
mic drop,
that,
bro.
Job ends up, it mentions that God ends up restoring everything in Job's life that he had before and multiply like ×2 of what he had. And I'm not saying that's going to happen to everyone, because that's just a prosperity gospel and that's not biblical either. But that's a depiction of even Job's suffering was for his comfort. Like that was a bad thing, but there was comfort to be found in that. And God does see that.
It's kind of a bad thing. Just sort of. All right, here. So my second, I won't even do the second one because you're going to do stuff about. It was the whole idea of being a new creation within Christ, and I'm sure that one of you is going to cover that.
You can jump back to it.
Yeah, I can cut back to it. It's 2 Corinthians 5:17. But instead, we're going to go to 2 Corinthians 4:8, which refers to kind of what we were just talking about. And I'll just read it while you flip there. We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. We always carry around in our body the death of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus may also be revealed in our body. And this low-key just cuts straight back to what I was already saying.
Yeah.
But now it's saying, like, and this is almost like, this is one of those lists. All right, side note. Y'all ever been reading the Bible, and it's like one of those.
You got his leg up.
It's like one of those lists where it's like, it's just a super long list of stuff, but it's all super powerful.
Yeah.
This is like that, and it's contradicting itself. It's saying, we are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed. That's one statement. Perplexed, but not in despair. There's another. Persecuted, but not abandoned. And another. Struck down, but not destroyed. So, like, it's so many things, but in essence, they're all the same. It's literally talking about the change around you, like being hard pressed on every side. We're gonna face the trials that are going to press you. It's gonna force you into this position, and you have to decide: am I going to break, or am I gonna be crushed, or am I gonna stay? Because it's saying we are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed. So it's kind of up to you: am I going to be forced into this mold, or am I gonna stay who I am? And then it's talking about we are perplexed but not in despair. Obviously, there's going to be confusion in your life. And there's going to be that stuff of what I just talked about. It's going to talk about, like, wow, is this from God? Or you can be faced with a faith crisis, and you can start questioning God. And you can start questioning, is any of this real? And you can start questioning the goodness, the love. You can start questioning everything from God. and you can be in such confusion. But the thing is, as soon as you take that confusion and allow it to break you and allow it to absolutely destroy your faith, that's what the enemy wants. Yeah. But we as believers have to decide to be, and Paul says, we are perplexed but not in despair. You got to stay out of that despair. It's hard because your psychology is fighting against you. You got things in your brain that are telling you everything's terrible. But you as a believer have to find your faith and find that restoration in Christ to not fall into despair. And then you look at persecuted but not abandoned. Like, look at life nowadays. You're a believer and you want to stay, like, there are people who wear a cross, go party and hook up with people. Like, that is considered, that's why, like, toxic Christianity. Like, to talk about being persecuted isn't even referring to what Paul was talking about here. Paul was talking about people killing Christians and people, like, literally persecuting them. Nowadays, persecution of Christians is lukewarm faith and encouraging that. Yeah. And it's talking, like, there are still people who hate on Christianity, but I feel like it's so much smaller than the people who just encourage, it's okay, you can do that.
That's like the American Christianity.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
Do you know, like, moralistic therapeutic deism? CJ talked
He was
about
gonna be a youth.
This guy takes pictures. No.
It's talking about that idea of, like, a comforting God. Like, it's something that's preached in it's Americanized Christianity. It's talking about, like, God will always, no matter what you do, forgive you completely and everything's going to be okay. But the issue is it's not. You're still going to have the consequences.
Yeah.
So, like, what were you saying about Americanized Christianity?
So it's like that's how we live now. Like, there's these little things that equate to what was happening then in the Bible. Like, Christians being killed, I mean, that happens in some, like, there's countries that Christians are being killed every day for their faiths, and there's people out there preaching the gospel. There's people out there preaching the gospel that are being killed for their faith.
Yeah.
But, like, what we live in now, like, I'm not gonna go walk out on the streets of Fishers, Indiana, and be killed Hamilton County for wearing Jesus on my shirt.
Yeah.
I am going to persecute my own faith.
Yeah.
By going out and saying, okay, I'm a Christian, I believe in Jesus, I'm still gonna go out and I'm gonna label myself as all these worldly things.
Yeah.
I think that's a crazy part that our brains need to switch to. Like, it equates. All sin is the same, dog.
Yeah.
It's all.
Oh.
Where is it? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Sin, equally damning, not equally damaging.
Yes.
Yep.
Dude, I had to explain that.
That's hard to explain.
Yeah. I had to. This is how I explained it. And I'm gonna see if I can cook it up. This is how I explained it to a group of 6th graders over the summer.
6th grade.
Yep, at Spring Hill in Michigan. So think of like a one of those boxes where all the air gets sucked out. And now, like, imagine a feather falls the same as a bowling ball. So, like, you ever seen those TikToks where it's like, it's a box and then they use a vacuum to suck all the air out, so there's no, like, physics in the box technically? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I honestly can't say I have, but,
okay,
like,
so,
I understand.
So
if you
basically,
take physics, just calculate without air resistance. Like,
yeah. So imagine in some imaginary world, a feather will fall the exact same speed as a bowling ball. So now that feather, which is falling the same speed, is a lie. It's just a little white lie. Like, it's not gonna hurt anybody. It's just a little feather. And now that bowling ball is it's murder. So you just
murder.
Yeah, you just murked the whole family. That's what. That's the bowling ball. So now you put a pumpkin underneath each of them. So they're falling the same speed. It's the same thing. Like, each one of them is a sin, and they're doing the same thing. And now the pumpkin represents the environment. So the pumpkin will represent your life. Like, how much is that little white lie going to affect your life once it falls onto that pumpkin? It's not going to, like, do anything because it's just a feather. But that bowling ball is going to destroy the thing.
Yeah.
So now you've got that lie which still fell. You're still going. It's still a punishment. Like, it's still bad.
You're going to hell, bro.
Yeah,
that feather's sending you to hell.
That
Your feather still fell.
Yeah, it still fell. It had the exact same effect, but the bowling ball destroyed everything.
Yeah.
So like every sin's the same in that sense, but it's also, but like that little white lie is not gonna put you in jail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To think about to think of that is just insane.
Yeah.
But and I've said this before, God isn't a rule maker to be a rule maker and to reign over us and be superior.
Yeah.
But he knows what's best for us. And
Yeah.
he has rules, just like your parents have, like I shouldn't be outside driving past 12 o'clock because nothing happens good after midnight.
Amen.
Big E, shout out Big E. Nothing good happens after midnight because
Nothing midnight happens after
midnight. Hold on. Here we go.
A little bit.
Because he knows how to keep me safe.
Yeah.
He knows what's going to keep me safe.
Yeah.
And he knows what's good for me.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how God is. He's not having these rules so we don't have fun, so we can't go and drink with our friends and get super drunk and pass out in the bush.
Get drunk.
Because he knows it's not good for us. That's not good.
It's not good.
Like, if you really think about it, who wants to be sleeping in the bush at night?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Not me.
I want to be in my comfy bed, bro.
Yeah.
But, dude, I think you just gave me, my favorite. No, this will be my favorite verse. This is my favorite verse now.
This?
No, this right here.
Oh, that.
No, it is in 2 Corinthians 4. 2 Corinthians 4, 8.
Yeah.
Wait.
No,
10.
Okay. 10. Okay.
10. We always
Oh,
carry
yeah.
around in our body the death of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus may also be revealed in our body. Are you kidding me right now?
I'm not kidding.
It's
That's
also-
what Paul said.
it's also-
Paul did say that.
I'm gonna need some time to think about that, but that had me crying. I was reading that. I was crying. Bro.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, and I'm gonna need to I'm gonna need to really reflect on that because it's pretty dang good.
Dude, it's a gas verse. It's
The
gas.
Bible, bro.
It's straight gas.
The best gas you'll ever get. All right.
Well, that's all I had. So.
All that.
I love
that's
the
all
end.
you
I
got.
love
That's
the
all
end
I
of that
have.
verse. It says, "May also be revealed in our body." Scripture talks, and actually, literally, what I'm going to talk about next in Romans 8. We have the Spirit of God inside us. We've been given a new spirit through the salvation of Christ that is only from His grace.
We're not starting that.
And there's also, we still have the flesh inside of us. Scripture talks about there's the spirit and there's the flesh, and I'll get into that soon. But it says that the life of Jesus may also be revealed in our body. So the flesh is the flesh, and that's why God's ultimately going to give us new bodies, because we are broken. Even though we've been saved through His grace, we still live in broken human bodies, and we will until He comes back or until He brings us to Him. And so,
I did this.
He's looking at me over here.
and so it's crazy to read that the life of Jesus will still be revealed in our body, which is
I can't take him.
maybe I'm interpreting it wrong. That the life of Jesus being revealed in our body, maybe it's not the flesh and it's different, but that gives me hope reading that even our broken body will be changed by God, and even through our brokenness in the flesh, the life of Jesus is still going to be revealed.
It's the thought of there's hope in the brokenness, I think encapsulates everything.
Yeah.
There is real God is making change so that you can be changed.
Yeah.
And
That's good, man.
hey, I'm gonna use
That
that,
was
bro.
That's a good transition into what I'm going to talk about.
Let's hit it.
Unless you had more.
I lost it now.
No,
So
it's
I'm gonna put that in my note. You guys know my Instagram caption notes app, bro?
I did not know
I
that.
have-
Bro,
I
I have
need
like,
to check
I
it.
have,
I have a
like,
notes app about
Bro.
Instagram captions.
I have like 50.
Oh, I've seen that. I know what you're talking about now.
Are they
I have
good?
like 50 captions.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of times I don't use them.
I've tried to use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is so corny. Never use ChatGPT.
It's terrible.
It's
I
so
was
bad.
looking for one for my for that Christmas post I just put up, and it was giving me like sleighing, but not the reindeer kind.
Oh.
Are we
Pretty
serious?
bad, bro. You want to know a good one?
What?
This is for you because you're a pilot.
Okay.
Put my.
Up.
I hate when I try to say a joke, bro, and I start laughing. and then it just sucks.
Yeah.
Alright,
say it.
here we go.
You're gonna have to put elevator music with
Put
this.
put my phone in airplane mode, but it ain't flying.
What?
No, because you put your phone in airplane mode, but it isn't. Yes.
The joke is
What's
not
air
fine.
ball? Swing and miss, air ball. Shot from the moon, bricked.
I'm never using that.
Landed on Mars, bro.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness, Valentine.
Oh my.
That is not the shot.
Alright, back to what God gives
elevator music
change
over
to
that
change
again. Yeah.
us.
Yes.
You go.
So, he spoke
He's
about.
he's so much better at locking in than we are, bro. I can't.
It depends on if I get slapped or not.
It doesn't take long, bro.